my top 10 managers of all time. In 10th, Unai Emery, won multiple Europa Leagues in his managerial career. Got Villa into Europe, which is another great achievement, which is getting Villa back into Europe for a first time in a very long time. And also, his time at Arsenal was a bit underrated because in his first season, he managed to get them 5th and into a Europa League final, which is something that Arteta never did in his first season. And Arsenal were a bit harsh on him because whenever he started struggling, he got sacked straight away. And when Arteta has been struggling, because I'm pretty sure he had 2 seasons in a row where he came 8th, and he never got sacked for it. And in his time at Arsenal, he's only won one FA Cup, and he's been there since 2019. And he's also spent a lot of money as well, Arteta, so I'll give 10th to Unai Emery. 9th, I'm going to go with Sir Ralph Ramsey because he's the only England manager to win an international tournament, and he's the only England manager to win the World Cup as well. He didn't do much in club levels, so that's why I put him in 9th. In 8th, I've got Brian Clough because he managed to win the European Cup with Nottingham Forest, which was an incredible achievement. And I think, therefore, he gets into my top 8. In 7th, I'm going to go with Zidane because he won 3 Champions Leagues in a row, won a couple of La Ligas as well. And even though whenever he has been in a managerial job, he hasn't been there for that long, he still had a lot of success, so that's why I put him in my top 7. In 6th, I've got Wenger, because even though he's the only manager to do the Invincibles, people go on like it was like they were winning pretty much every game, and they wasn't. They drew 12 games that season, and he was at Arsenal for 22 years or something like that. And he only managed to win 3 Premier League titles in 22 years, which is not a great record. And Pep's been in the league for 7 years, and he's already surpassed Wenger on Premier League titles and also European Cups. And this might be controversial, but I've put Klopp in 5th ahead of Wenger because I know he never went invincible, but in terms of points tally-wise, he's been higher than Wenger. And also, he's won every trophy there is to win in club football, which Wenger never did. So that's why I would put Klopp above Wenger. In 4th, I'd go with Jose Mourinho because he won pretty much a trophy at every club that he's been at, other than Spurs, which is an incredible achievement. He won the Champions League with Porto, which seems to get forgotten quite a lot. And I would put him 4th because his trophy record is insane with Jose Mourinho, and I would put him in 4th. In 3rd, I'd go Carlo Ancelotti because he won all the top 5 leagues in football. And he's won the Champions League 3 times as well. And he's won something at all the clubs he's been at other than Everton, which is an incredible achievement. And Second, I'd go with Ferguson because he won 13 league titles, 2 Champions Leagues, and also he won the treble as well. Why he's not first is because he never done the Centurions, he never won a domestic treble, which is the League Cup, FA Cup and Premier League. Never got above 92 points in a single season. Never played a midfielder at left back and a centre back in midfield. And he never went on the winning runs of my first place. In first, I've got Pep because he's the only manager to be a Centurion. He's the youngest manager to win the Champions League. He's the only manager to get Ferguson shaken on the touchline in the Champions League final versus Man United. His points tallies are insane. 98, 100, 93. And that's something that Ferguson never achieved. And his trophy list isn't actually that much less than Ferguson's in a much shorter time as well. Because Pep's got 35 in 15 years, and Ferguson won 49 in 39 years as a manager, which is a much longer time. So that proves that Pep's better. And also the possession stats in that Champions League final, Pep completely dominated Ferguson. And Ferguson never managed to beat Pep in his managerial career in the 2 times that he faced against Pep Guardiola as well. And if he was better, he would have been able to beat Pep. Leave me your thoughts on this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.